Here we are. Were you there when the crucified my Lord? Were you there when the crucified my Lord? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when the crucified my Lord? Were you there when they nailed him to the cross? Were you there when they nailed him to the cross? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they nailed him to the cross? Were you there when they took him down from the cross? Were you there when they took him down from the cross? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they took him down from the cross? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when the stone was rolled away? Were you there when the stone was rolled away? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when the stone was rolled away? Well, who was there when the stone was rolled away was the soldiers. And who rolled the stone away? This big rock. Angels. There was noise come from heaven. Jesus was going to be rising from the dead. They went white as a sheet and ran like jackrabbits. Afraid of their shadow, practically. Caiaphas said to them, "What happened?" A noise came from heaven, and that rock was moved away. Oh, well, say nothing about it. They took the pieces of silver. The betrayer, Judas. But we know about it, and we know what happened. You can't hide truth, as the Democrats are finding out, and with President Trump and his great press secretary, the press secretary, um, Catherine Levitt, and Tulsi Gabbard, in charge of intelligence. Oh, marvelous people. And Pam Bondi, another great lady, blessed. And oh, the head of the FBI, I can't think of his name just off the top of my head at the minute. I know it. So that's what happened. So that's the background to it. And then Jesus appeared to Mary Magdalene when she was coming on the Easter Sunday with some other ladies to with oil for Jesus. And they said, "How are we going to move that big rock away?" They called it a stone, but a stone can be any small. This was a big yoke. And then the saw was gone away. Oh, said it's moved away. And when Mary went into the tomb, Jesus wasn't there. His clothes was on the side where he lay. And she started crying. "Where did they put him?" She come out. "Where did they put Jesus so we can go and get him?" And there was a man there, like he was a gardener, but it was Jesus. "Mary, Mary," he said, "don't be worried." And and he told Mary to tell the apostles. Mary was the latest. She told the apostles. And two men walking to Emmaus, about 6 miles from Jerusalem, and they were down in the dumps. And a stranger joined him, and he says, "What's wrong with you?" And he said, Look as if you're after seeing a ghost or something. But you're not, you must be the only one that knows, doesn't know what happened. Well, what happened? Jesus, our Redeemer, crucified. We couldn't believe it. He gave us great hope for our save our immortal souls, and we're as confused as could be. So along the road, Jesus talked about the scriptures, and just suddenly the gloom and all the rest of it left them, and they were saying to us, happy, and it was getting dark, and, and they said to Jesus, they said to the stranger, it's getting late. No, come and dine with us and stay the night, and then continue your journey in the morning. No point in going there in the dark. So Jesus came with them up, but at the meal and the breaking of the bread, the two disciples recognized Jesus. I have a picture of it out in the hall. I might show it to you tomorrow morning, please God. Isn't that a good one? Peter painted, and it's lovely. It's lovely to think of that. And he said to the disciples, oh no, he didn't say unto them. He disappeared, and they turned knowledge to were back to Jerusalem and up to the upper room. Told the apostles. Did the apostles believe Mary or the two disciples? No, they didn't, I'm afraid. And Jesus remonstrated with them when he appeared to them and showed them his wounds. No, he said, you sent your two messengers. You did wrong. And Thomas, he wouldn't believe unless he could touch the wounds. And then Jesus was there. Thomas was there when Jesus come again and told him to touch the wounds. And Thomas didn't, fell to his knees saying, my Lord, my God. And Jesus said, you believe, Thomas, because you've seen. Blessed are those that haven't seen and yet believe. And that's the rest of us down the centuries to believe and shed many a tear when we contemplate the passion and death of our Saviour. So there's a little story to background to it. It's always as well to sort of refer to that. Bye now and enjoy the rest of your day. I look at that old sky. I hope there's no rain knocking about. I was hoping to have a walk and say the rosary on me walking and the chapel of mercy. Do the stations of the cross out in the sun house. Bye now and enjoy the rest of your day. Sing an odd hymn. Oh, for the happy repose of Johnny Cash and his lovely wife, Joan Carter Cash, very good singer and a composer of music and lyrics. May these rest in peace and the light of heaven shine upon you, amen. Bye now.